Hello guys and welcome to another ProfileTree video. So in today's video we're going to be taking a look at web development process. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get started. So just to give you guys a rundown on what a web development process is. So the web development process refers to a series of steps and activities involved in actually creating either a website or a web application. Now, while the specific details may vary depending on the project and the development team's approach, the actual general web development process typically includes the following stages. So the first stage would be, of course, your foundation, which is your planning and analysis. So this initial stage, involves gathering requirements, defining the project goals, and understanding of the target audience. So say you are building a website for a client, you want to know what specifications they want for their website, what color, the fonts, the logo if they have any, what sort of SEO do they already have, based only if they have a website already up. But of course, for fresh new clients, that you may want to build the SEO for them and build content for them as well. So this will include having a sitemap. So I'll actually show it on screen now. So generally speaking, you'll probably be having a UI or UX designer or a developer of some sort, and you're going to be wanting to go through a sitemap. So this is what a sitemap would look like. Now we're using this application called Figma, and so it's either if you want to use a sitemap you can, or if you want to use a wireframe you can. It's just to establish the actual website structure and the functionality. So if we look closely into what we have in front of us, so as I've mentioned before, this is an application called Figma, and this is sort of the design concept that we have for an internal brand of ProfileTree. So this was previously being made before, so this is called Luxury, Leisure and Affluence, and you could see that this is what we sort of had in mind for the homepage and what we wanted to have. And of course, for this little section here, we were wanting to have a scroller so that goes all the way down. So you've also got um, your newsletter. You've also got your footer. This is the way that we want to design the footer. So nothing is functional. However, this is the current design process and stage we have in mind. So you could see here as well, so this would be the light mode and then the dark mode, so maybe a functionality that we want to have, and we could have an area there for this is our single post, so this is what our articles would look like. And then if we had some archives as well, so stuffs like our blogs, it's more important to have blogs on a website. So a lot of things to consider, a lot of factors, and that's why it's crucial to have this stage of having a sitemap or a wireframe. Now your next stage would be the design. So in this phase, you're looking more into the visual aspects of the website. So we've seen earlier on Figma, of course, we've got the design there, but mainly what you're looking for in this stage is selecting the color schemes, which you may have already had a thought about within your foundation stage. And of course, the use of typography and how you would arrange the website's layout, and if you don't already have a logo, what sort of logo are you going to go for. So as you can see with ours, we've got ProfileTree, so um, that's sort of our main brand. Our brand color is green. uh, you can see from our website that we have dark and light mode, so we give a sort of that variation. How we wanted to lay out the business is that we wanted the hero section to have a video, so that'll attract a lot of the viewers in. And if you scroll down, of course, we talk more insight about ourselves. And uh, detail is key. You want to attract as many people as you can to your website, so you want to keep it sleek as well as looking not too overwhelming for the actual person or visitor that's going to be entering your website. So what's great is you should use design tools like Photoshop as well, or even sketch something out. So it's still more or less the planning and analysis, but this is where you would start to maybe push things into your Figma or whatever UI UX application tool you're going to be using for your website. Now, your next stage would be content creation. Now, of course, content is the crucial aspect of any website. So this stage would involve creating or collecting text, images, videos, and other media elements that will be featured on the actual website. So I would say that the content has to be engaging enough for the visitor and of course informative, and that it's aligned to the website's goals. So take it from ProfileTree, our website, you could see that each of the images are actually linked to the text itself. So if I scroll down, you can see, and then any of our blogs. So blogs are an important factor to the actual website itself. So you could see that if it's something to do with SEO, then have a similar image for SEO and make sure that it's engaging and informative. You don't want to bore the visitor. Uh, of course, that would be different if you had a e-commerce website. So if you were producing an e-commerce website for a client, then you only need to get straight to the point. You want to just make sure that you have your products and of course the images for the products and the price at the basket, have a well laid out basket design. So maybe a thank you message at the end. You just have to make sure that it's engaging enough for the visitor to visit your website in the first place. So now you've done your planning and analysis, you've done your design, you've done your content creation. All that's left for you to do is to actually do the development stage. Now, whether you're using a content management system, which is CMS, and that would be using the likes of software like Wix, Squarespace, or Shopify, or if you're doing it with actual code. So here we have the visual code up. So there's plenty of other applications that you can use. It's not just visual code itself. This is the phase where you're doing the actual coding and the development. So what's involved is building the website's front end. So that's the client side. And then what you want to do maybe is the back end, and that's the server side, and that's all the other components. You want to focus mainly on your front end anyway. So just develop it and focus on creating the user interface, like using HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and all your backend stuff would be implementing the server-side logic stuff, and you're using the likes of Python, PHP, or even Ruby, and you'll be working with databases and hosting, but that's only later down the line once you actually have the website live. So if we have a look at the code from what we have here, so this is, as you can see, the header of our theme, or of the theme for LLA. We do have our front page, we've got our CSS stuff here, so it's obviously marked as CSS. We've got WooCommerce installed because this was or could have been a, this is mainly a plugin for WordPress, so we could have created this so it's an e-commerce website. We are trying to link this website to WordPress itself and then just building it off Elementor while we're doing the backend code. So there is quite a lot of things to it, but you gotta think and plan at the very start where you want to even code your website, or if you want to use, as I said earlier on, the likes of CMS software, which is Wix, Squarespace, or Shopify. So just a brief explanation on what CMS is. So this is a content management system site. What this mainly uses is it's got everything on the back end, so you don't have to worry about coding. And all you need to do is drag and drop images and drag and drop the layout that you want, and you can create stunning websites using these sort of tools. So that's just a quick overview on what it is. We do have a couple of sites up. You can see that you can have as much as you can, and the only way to actually get the website up and running is to go ahead and pay for a subscription and go premium on the site, and that'll be live. You're able to accept payments depending if you go for a plan with e-commerce, or if you're just looking a normal non-e-commerce based website, then you can go for premium but select it as just one of the standard site websites. So there you have it, guys. That is how the web development process goes. Now, after the testing and quality assurance, all you need to do is go through the maintenance. Just make sure you do your security patches, just update the website, add content, things like that. So it's all general work anyway. But anyways, guys, hopefully you did find the video informative or helpful. If you did, please do leave a comment in the comment section below. But other than that, I'll see you guys for the next video. Thank you very much for watching.